Hello students, my name is Ankur and today we are here to focus on one really important topic that is asked in your exam. And yes, you guessed it right, that's essay writing. See, first of all, why essay writing is important? The reason being it carries almost 8 to 10 marks. Most of the time, if we talk about CBSE students, it is of 10 marks. And most importantly, when I was a kid, I was very afraid of essay writing. The reason being, we are lacking a proper planning. So today I am here to teach you how actually we are going to write an essay. There are few simple basic steps by which, by following which you can easily crack an essay. You can get a very good score, above 8 plus. So let's see how to write an essay. But before we get into that, let us understand what is an essay basically. Essay क्या होता है? What exactly an essay is? Essay is a short piece of writing. Essay basically is a short piece of writing. Now how ironic this is, they call it short piece. But actually the term is not absolute. Short piece doesn't mean that you have to write only some words or some paragraphs or some lines. It is also written starting from 150 words, ranging up to 400 words. The total word count for an essay will be from 150 to 400. Depends on which examination you are appearing for. For your boards, it's somewhere around 150 to 300 words. But if you talk about IELTS or if you talk about other competitive exams, it might go above that. It's above 300 words, right? So essay is basically a short piece of writing or even the long piece of writing, as you can say. But it ranges from 150 to 400 word count. Why essay is used? The most important thing that essay is used for is first of all to explain a particular concept. Secondly, for giving a certain kind of information. Third thing, the essay is used for even entertainment purpose. And sometimes to persuade a point, right? So essays are written for this four purpose basically, either to explain something, either to inform something. It's also written as a piece of entertainment, including some jokes or some kind of humor into it, but that doesn't count for your exam. That essays are written completely either for a comic book or something like that, or to persuade your point, for someone to buy your point, right? Kind of an argument you can say, or a debate. Right, so that is why the essay is written. So these are the four basic reasons why we write an essay. Now, very important thing when it comes to essay writing is, first of all, you should know what you are supposed to write. I'm talking about the topics. Like, let's take an example of standard 10th Gujarat board this year particularly, in 2020. They were asked two topics. The first topic was online shopping versus offline shopping. So online shopping versus offline shopping is one of the topic that was asked in 2020 this year. Excuse me. The second topic that was asked was about Chandrayaan 2. They were asked to write about the mission of Chandrayaan 2. You are very well aware about the fact that Chandrayaan 2 was a very successful innovative step that was taken to explore the life on the Mars, but somehow because of some glitches, we were not able to complete that mission. So Chandrayaan 2 was the topic that was asked. So the first thing that you need to choose is a particular topic. How you are going to differentiate between this two? What am I going to write? What shall I write? Or where I will be, getting good marks? This confusion starts getting into your mind as soon as you see these topics. So while you are writing an essay, the first important step is to select an appropriate topic. That is the first important step. The 50% of your battle, as you say, while writing an essay is won by selecting a particular topic. Because if you imagine if you are getting a wrong topic done, it's over. It's completely over. What will you write? After a certain point of time, you'll be blank. You'll be completely blank, right? So online shopping versus offline shopping and Chandrayaan 2. Now if I ask you people that you have to choose either of this topic, what will you choose? If you ask me particularly as a child, I would be having no idea about Chandrayaan 2. I know most of the people out there, they don't have idea about Chandrayaan 2. They have just read it in the news somewhere, or they might have read an article or a blog. That's it. Few of you might be knowing a very, so many details about Chandrayaan 2, but again, that depends on, person to person. So I would say just write the topic, select the topic which you are very confident about. So most of the students, they'll go with online shopping versus offline shopping. So that is how you are going to choose the topic, right? Be very confident about the topic, only then you will get good marks. So while selecting the topic, what you have to keep in mind, whether you are aware about the topic, first thing, whether you will be able to write enough about the topic, second point, third thing, you should also give relevant examples that are prevailing for that particular topic. So I think I will discuss and I will go with the basic one, that is online shopping versus offline shopping. We are going to discuss this in particular video of essay writing, right? So let's see how it goes. So first step of any essay writing, as I told, is choosing a topic. Once you have made your choice, right? We already made a choice that our topic will be online shopping versus offline shopping. Now that you have made your choice, the second very most important thing is you have to plan an essay. Now, when I say planning of an essay, what comes to your mind? Are you going to write paragraphs just for planning? No, that's a complete waste of time. See, when you are writing an essay, time management is very important. So, for planning an essay, I would say you just give your 3 to 5 minutes. So, what you are going to do in the planning, first of all, just make a cloud. I call it a cloud method, right? So, you have to write online versus offline shopping. I'm not mentioning shopping here, this is just the planning so you know what you are writing, right? So online versus offline. So first point would be why any of the shopping is important. Why, if you are going with the online, why it is important? If you are going with the offline, why it is important? Or why one should go for it? You need to justify your points. So first thing you should be very clear is your stand. Why you are taking a stand, why you are supporting an online shopping or why you are supporting the offline shopping. Now suppose if you are, let's say, dividing your essay, this is 50-50 method. Like if you are supporting online shopping, if you are also supporting offline shopping, if you are just dividing it between two, if you are going to write an essay, half of the essay that will be saying or describing the advantages of online shopping, and half of the essay if you are describing the advantages of offline shopping, you can also do this. I call it sitting on a wall. right? You're sitting on a wall in such a way that you are, either not going to fall on this side or this side. You're just sitting on the wall. So you can sit on the wall and you can take a side either of this or this. Or in the other case, you can either support this by a majority of stake. You can also list out certain advantages of offline shopping as well. You can support 80% of online shopping and 20% of offline, and you can just boost the points why this is so important. You can focus on that, right? So, first thing is why. The very important thing, always support your why with relevant examples. Why you are doing online shopping, what are the examples, what are the advantages, or if you are going for offline one, why you are doing it. Just support it with the relevant example. The third thing is, now that you have taken a stand, you have just backed it up with your relevant example. The third point is generalize. When I say generalize the topic, it means you're not taking your own stand. You are not justifying either of this. You are saying what is good for the public. So you are generalizing the topic, right? It can be anything. You can list out the advantage, disadvantage. You can rewrite the statements in a different words. That is paraphrasing, right? You can generalize the topic, and on that generalization, you can bring out the confusion. That's it, right? This is a planning basically. What am I going to do? Why I am supporting online? Why I am supporting offline? Examples, back it up with relevant examples. Then generalize the things, right? Why online is important, why offline is important, that's already done. But you can use the general statement. Like you can make a comparison between two. You can come up with the case studies, you can come up with a survey. See, when you are writing an essay, bluffing is okay, perfectly okay. Nobody is going to authenticate the information that you are writing. You can bluff about the things. Yes, you can lie about certain things. You can write like University of Cambridge carried a survey according to which Amazon.com or Flipkart.com gets a shopper online every minute. You can write things like that. Nobody is going to validate or authenticate your information that you are writing. So make sure you always have an examples. You always write something about what you are justifying, right? And then you come to your conclusion. Now, conclusion is a tricky part, right? You have to convince your readers that okay, if you are taking a stand for this one, why you are taking the stand? If you are taking a stand for this one, why you are taking the stand? And lastly, while you are writing the conclusion, you should be very sure that at the end your point is justified, right? So that's important. So that is how you plan the lesson. What method did I say? This is cloud method, right? You can simply note down the points as well. Why planning will help you? Because once you plan the essay out, you won't be stuck. Suppose I'm writing continuously, and at the point of time, I become very much confused. What is next? What am I supposed to write next? You completely blank out. So in that case, planning will help you. Planning helps you to stick to the answer. It helps you what is coming next. Planning helps you with what you are going to write after this. Now what? Right? So that is why planning is important. Right? Okay. Now that you have planned an essay, right? The third important step is writing an essay. So while you are writing, see, the most important thing that you are going to take into consideration is first thing is grammar. When I say grammar, you have to be conscious about articles, adjectives, punctuations, Yes, punctuations do matter. Many people are trying to use semicolons, hyphens, or other such fancy things. There is no need to do this. Punctuations, even if you are using a comma and a full stop, that's it. You should know when a punctuation is used rather than trying to use and incorporate so many different elements. Just simply use the comma and full stop, that's it. You don't need to write anything extra. You don't need to use anything extra. You should be very well aware when I am supposed to break my sentence, when I am going to end it. Right? And that is very wise thing to do in essays. You can use articles properly, adjectives properly. Don't try and incorporate simple sentences. Just as मैं बोल दूँ, if I say that Virat Kohli played a fabulous inning, that's a simple sentence. But if I say Virat Kohli played a fabulous inning that particular day at Firoz Shah Kotla Stadium by scoring 110 runs out of just 56 deliveries, it's a complex sentence. So you should understand where you are supposed to go with the simple sentences, where you are supposed to use the simple sentences, and where you are trying to incorporate the complex ones. So I would say, if you are confident mostly about your sentences, go with the complex sentences or compound sentences. When required. Don't just use them every now and then, as and when required. Placing the elements exactly where it is needed is very important. So just don't go with the plain simple sentences. Use complex, use compound sentences, use variety of grammar, use passive speech, right? And don't be very conscious about it. Just keep on writing, and when you feel like, okay, here I can manipulate this sentence, just use the complex or compound, right? That would be helpful. So writing an essay, what you have to consider? You have to consider the grammatical aspects. Complex sentences, compound sentences, punctuations, adjectives, articles. You have to be very serious about the grammatical aspects. You also have to consider the lexical resources. Now, what are the lexical resources? Lexical resources means the vocabulary that you are using, right? You should use a very good vocabulary, right? When I say vocabulary, it doesn't mean that you will learn 10 words from the dictionary and you will just use them randomly in your essay. No. What is the topic about? The topic is about online versus offline shopping. So you use the words like online. So don't use the word online 10 times in your essay. You can write that people are nowadays going on websites. They are using applications. They are using different servers. All the words that are revolving around the word online. Technology, globalization, shopping by clicking on the mouse. There are many such words. Right? So don't just try and write online word or offline word every time. For offline shops, what you can write? I can always use the word for offline. You can write brick and mortar shops. You don't have to write the offline stores. You can write the malls. You can write shops. You can write brick and mortar shops. That means the kind of shops that are basically not on the website or on the application or anywhere else on the internet. They are physically present over there, right? So always use the lexical resources that are related to the topic. Like for important, word, what you can write? Vital. For some kind of regime, a schedule, right? You can use the word even pedagogy. These three word signifies the same meaning. When I say pedagogy, it means a kind of a schedule, a timetable. Regime means you wake up in the morning, in afternoon you do this, you do that. In the evening you are going for snack. In the late night you are reading or anything. That's your regime. That's your schedule, right? So schedule, regime, pedagogy, everything means the same, but it's different words. Altogether it's a different vocabulary. So while writing an essay, consider your lexical resources, consider your grammatical aspects, and the very most important thing is your task achievement. Task achievement is really important because you must not go off the topic. If you are writing about online shopping, if you are writing about offline shopping, stick to it. You can't write how social media is influencing the advertisement campaign. अगर बात में अगर आप लिखना start कर दो, then you are out of control sometimes. You don't just stick to the topic. So in that case, you will be given a negative mark. It means your marks will be reduced. There is nothing like negative marking, but your marks will be reduced if you are going off the topic. So sticking to the topic, the task achievement is really important. And task achievement कब होगा? When you have that planning in your mind, which I said. If you are continuously looking at your plan, you won't go off the topic. So these are some of the simple steps that you may keep in mind while you are writing an essay, right? अब suppose online versus offline essay है, right? Shopping के बारे में. What you are going to do is start with a global statement. Global statement क्या होता है? Now this is something new. When you are writing an essay, the first important thing is global statement. In other competitive exam, it is also written as thesis statement. Now, what is a global statement or what is a thesis statement? See, global statement or thesis statement is something that you write in the very first line of the essay, right? Suppose shopping के बारे में है, so you can always use like shopping is nowadays just a matter for click. Shopping is nowadays just a matter of a click. It means you're just clicking on the buttons and you can get all those branded apparels into your cart and it is just delivered next day to your house or maybe after a week. So this is a simple statement. इससे क्या होगा? When you're writing such global statement, why this is important? Why this statement is important? A reader will get an idea what you are trying to write. हम न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं, राइट? कोरोना वायरस की वजह से आज 3 लोगों की मौत हुई, particularly in अहमदाबाद या फिर आनंद डिस्ट्रिक्ट, anywhere. That topic, that headline जो होती है न्यूज़पेपर की, we get an idea that they are going to talk about those 3 deaths in Anand. They are going to talk about a particular topic like Maruti Suzuki announces 20% discount on auto car. If you are interested, you read the topic, or else you just flip the page. So always keep in mind there is someone, there is a reader out there who is going to review, who is going to check, who is going to assess your topic. So on the very first statement, very first thesis or global statement, you are going to give him or her an idea what you are going to talk about. Here we are going to talk about shopping. Once your global statement is done, once the thesis statement is done, then go for introduction. Right? Go for the introduction paragraph. कि मुझे इंट्रोडक्शन में क्या लिखना है. Here in introduction paragraph, you write the central idea of your entire essay. What you are going to discuss, which part of the essay you are going to support. Suppose if you are going to support online shopping, you can always write in the introduction that although there are so many physical stores in our country, millions of them, but nowadays Amazon.com or Flipkart.com or any XYZ company online is making $1 billion sale. And I strongly support the idea of online shopping. These words will give the reader an impression that okay, you are taking a stand. You are going to support a particular side of the asset. So that must be clear in the introduction. Your stand, your call, your support. Your supporting topic. Which topic you are supporting? It should be very clear in the introduction itself. And once the introduction is done, you can always go with the body paragraphs. So once the introduction is done, you can always write the body paragraphs. Write body paragraph. It depends on the number of words. You can go for 1, 2, or 3 body paragraphs. Right? Now, if you are supporting online shopping, then 2 body paragraphs must describe your stand on the online shopping. The third one should also highlight or focus on the offline topic as well, offline shopping, right? And in the conclusion, you are going to make a stand as well as you are going to paraphrase the entire thesis statement. Conclusion में आपको वापस से बताना है what you are supporting, why you are supporting in very few words or lines. So once you are done with the body paragraph, you just have to write away your conclusion. Right? So this is the introduction how you are going to write an essay. Now if you want more details about the topic, we'll make another video and we'll describe about that. Right? Stay safe, stay home and learn properly. All the best.